Hi, this is Abdullah Samir, and I'm going to be talking about creation myths, the Big Bang, and the Quran. So the idea behind this video is to see whether the Quran, the final revelation to mankind, matches our understanding and our observations about the universe. What we see and what we know today, does this match what God is saying? And do we find a connection or do we find a disconnection? And I'm proposing that the Quran is actually just repeating ancient creation myths, and it's not actually coming with an accurate representation of what we have seen about the universe. What we see in the Quran is actually the same old ideas, repeated over and over again, not something that we now know is accurate. Now, first of all, we know the universe is 13.8 billion years old. There was a Big Bang, and Dr. Edmund Hubble figured this out, by looking in the sky, and he saw the galaxies were moving away from each other, and he was able to figure out that this means that at some point, they were together. There was also cosmic background radiation, which was discovered, which is another evidence for the Big Bang. So we know that, a long time ago, there was a Big Bang, the universe was created, and then after, again, a very, very long time, the Earth was formed among billions of other planets in the universe, and billions of stars. This one particular one that we live on, which is and there's other planets like it, is special because we live on it, but in the grand scheme of things, it's just another planet, and our planet, the Earth, is 4.5 billion years old. So we now know that there was a huge gap of time between when the universe was created and when the Earth was created. There was no point in time when they were joined together. You know what I mean? The heavens and the earth. Now, it says in the Quran, "Have those who disbelieve not considered that the heavens and the earth were joined, and we separated them and made from water every living thing? Then will they not believe?" This is chapter 21, verse 30. This is the famous Big Bang verse. People always say this means Big Bang. I mean, certain preachers want to portray this. But how could the heavens and earth be joined? I mean, the heavens, the sama, or the sab'a sama, the seven heavens, means the sky, the universe, space, the vastness of space. And the earth, we know what the earth is. How are they joined, Which came first, the heavens or the earth? Okay, I'm going to read again from the Quran. "He it is who created for you all that is on earth. He it is who created for you all that is on earth. Then he rose over toward the heaven and made them seven heavens, and he is a knower of everything." Chapter 2, verse 29. This verse is saying Allah made everything on earth, and then he raised the heavens. Then he rose over the heavens, and he made them seven heavens. Now, it also says that the earth took 2 days to make. Say, do you disbelieve in he who created the earth in 2 days and attribute to him equals? That's the Lord of the world. Chapter 41, verse 9. And how long did everything else take? Well, in total, everything took 6 days. So, again from the Quran, "He who created the heavens and the earth and all that is between them in 6 days, sittati ayyam, and then he established himself over the throne, the most merciful." This is chapter 25, verse 59. So, the earth took 2 days, and the universe and everything in it took 6 days? Well, first of all, how does this make sense? Even if you don't take the word yawm, ayyam, days, literally, how does it even make sense that the earth took 2 days and the entire universe took 6 days? Doesn't it seem like whoever was writing this had a kind of over-exaggerated, importance about the earth? Is it possible they didn't know that there's, billions of other planets just like Earth? And that, this not that special, actually? It's special because we live here, but it's not that special otherwise? Not only that, again, it was like the earth was created much after the universe, right? It also says in the Quran, Allah is he who raised, rafa'a, the heavens without any pillars that you can see. Then he rose over the throne. He subjected the sun and the moon, each running its course for the time appointed. Okay, this is chapter 13, verse 2. So it says in this verse that Allah raised the sky, the heavens, without any pillars that you can see. This verse was quite problematic to me when I started to have my doubts and I started to look into these things, because why would it say that Allah raised up the sky without any pillars that you can see? The interesting thing is, ancient people used to think that the sky was held up by something, and that it needed pillars, and in this verse it's trying to explain it. It seems like the author of the Quran didn't understand that space is just a vast emptiness and there's nothing to hold up. There's no sky to hold up. There's nothing solid. They used to believe in this idea of a firmament. It's like a structure above the sky, and it needed to be held up somehow, right? But there's nothing to hold up actually. Again, it seems like a misunderstanding of the one who was writing the book. Now, the interesting thing is, this is also very important. Allah is He who raised up the heavens without any pillars that you can see. It's interesting that it says raised up the heavens. Now, in one of the most widespread motifs about creation in different cultures is the idea that the heavens and the earth were split. This is a very common idea that we find time and time again in different cultures. I'm going to give you a few examples, and you'll find it quite interesting. In the Bible, which is again very important, it says that in the beginning there was only water, and then God said, let there be a vault between the two waters to separate water from water. And God made the vault and separated the water under the vault from the water above the vault. So there's two waters. And God said, let the water under the sky be gathered to one place and let dry ground appear. So basically, again, there was only water. God split it, and then He made one, earth, and made one the sky. The Greeks used to say in the beginning there was only water, the god Oceanus. And then Euronome separated the sky from the sea by dancing on the waves of Oceanus. Okay, another culture, the Greeks. The Dhamai of India, the Diogenes of California, they both believed that heavens and earth had to be separated because there was no room for growth inside the darkness. So basically, before the heavens and the earth was split, there was all darkness, and human beings couldn't grow, couldn't thrive. In fact, the Romans believed the separation of the heavens and earth was done by a natural force, by a god. A few more examples. In ancient Greece, Kronos, which is time, castrated his father to separate heaven and earth, similar with the continental Celts. So in many of these cultures you find that the heavens, the sky, was a male god and the earth was a female god. And in these different cultures, they had to be separated, and the humans are the offspring of these. For example, in the creation myth of the Karachi of Africa, the god of heaven rests firmly on earth, and human offspring are nearly smothered, and by lots of squirming, the father is sent higher and higher. And there's so many more, and I'm not even going to read all of them, but just to get the idea that this was a very common idea. Just imagine yourself in the ancient world, looking up at the sky, just being amazed by everything and saying, how did I get here? How did this get like this? Where is everything from? And you came up with some ideas, and every single culture came up with a different idea to explain how the heavens and earth were split. And all of these are coming from a book called Creation Myths of the World, Parts 1 and 2 by David Adams Leeming. So David Adams Leeming wrote a book on these where he highlighted all of these creation myths. So just to summarize again, I'm going to read from the Quran. Have those who disbelieve not considered that the heavens and the earth were joined, and we separated them and made from water every living thing? Will they not believe? Chapter 21, verse 30. And it says, again, Allah is the one that raised up the heavens without any pillars that you can see, in chapter 13, verse 2. So again, what we are seeing from the Quran, what do we see from the Quran? Do we see something that reflects reality as we understand it? Or do we see something that, is reflecting ancient ideas about the world that we now know are not true? Is the Quran truly the work of a supreme being? Or is it the work of, a man that was just going by what he understood and his, inspiration about the world? What do you think? Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.